From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast with Wish TV's Kylie Conway. A Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, this is Kylie Conway, and this is your News 8 Daily 8 for Tuesday, March 29th. Going to have a lot of cloud cover today and some returning rain chances with showers in the afternoon hours. Showers will stay off and on through most of the night tonight as well. Highs aren't going to get very warm. We're getting into the mid-40s. IT mates looking into critical questions raised by the stunning interview transcript surrounding the murders of Abby Williams and Libby German in Delphi. Demi Johnson broke the story of the interview last week and has followed the case since it began. The question now is if investigators went too far in their questioning of Kagan Klein after he requested an attorney. Demi spoke with local lawyers on whether the information gathered after that request would hold up in court.
Kagan Klein is the man behind the Anthony Shots profile. That's the account state police say they found while investigating Abby and Libby's murders. In the interview transcript, Klein more than once asks for an attorney, but the interview continues anyway. In an August 2020 interview with a state police investigator and a sheriff's deputy, Kagan Klein admits to using the Anthony Shots profile to get sexual pictures and videos of underage girls. The interview transcript is the first time we see in words Klein admits having contact with Libby German. IT Mate first reported in December of last year that Klein was connected to the account and that investigators in the Delphi murders were aware of it in the days immediately after the deaths of Libby German and Abby Williams. During the interview, Klein asks for a lawyer more than once. Klein says, "I need a lawyer because I have no clue what. This is ridiculous." An investigator responds saying, "Are we going to clear this up?" Klein asks for a lawyer again and says, "I don't want to talk to you anymore." The investigator responds saying, "You might need to." Klein first mentions an attorney on page 63 of the interview transcript. The conversation continues for 130 more pages. Criminal defense lawyer Jack Crawford says everything Klein says after, including the part where he admits talking to Libby, may not hold up in court.
Was he imposed on by the police? Was he afraid? Did he relinquish his rights involuntarily? If it was involuntary, you can't use the statement against him. I assume the interview with the suspect was videotaped. So a judge would be able to view his demeanor, his actions, all of that to decide whether or not he was voluntarily giving up his right to have a lawyer. So I think the transcript is one thing, but a video of the actual interview would be more important to a judge.
Former general counsel at the Marion County Prosecutor's Office, Mario Massolmani, agrees there is an issue with not stopping the interview and that some of the evidence will be tough to use. But he says that may not matter, depending on law enforcement's goal in this interview.
And as each day goes by, this case gets older and older. So the fact that they were at least able to get the information that he had contact with one of the victims, also the fact that there was another individual using that username, I think is at least helpful to them to try and find other ways to connect the dots.
Klein has not been charged in Abby and Libby's murders. In fact, no one has been arrested in the case. Klein goes to court on April 14th. He faces 30 charges, including child porn and child solicitation. Demi Johnson, Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook.
And a Boone County man arrested in the murder of his wife went before a judge this morning. Police say Andrew Wilhoit admitted to killing Nikki Wilhoit, then later led investigators to her body. The court documents reveal that Wilhoit admitted to hitting his wife, Elizabeth Nikki Wilhoit, with a flower pot and then threw her body in a creek. Wilhoit is charged with one count of murder. Police say it all started as a fight the evening of March 24th. Investigators say a coworker contacted them the next day after Nikki didn't show up for work. Boone County Sheriff's deputies went to the Wilhoit's home in Lebanon for a wellness check. Deputies say they spoke with the couple's children before Andrew told them his wife disappeared. He had what he called a pretty good fight with Nikki the night before and pointed to scratch marks on his neck. Online court records show Nikki filed for divorce on March 17th. Andrew told deputies that she had learned he was having an affair. Deputies asked if they could search the home, to which Andrew said okay. Court documents also reveal that deputies found droplets of blood in the bedroom, on the bed sheets, and around the bathroom door. Andrew then agreed to meet with authorities for questioning and asked for a lawyer. Andrew's lawyer informed detectives that Andrew wanted to make a statement and would show investigators where he put Nikki's body. Andrew told investigators that Nikki began hitting him and he physically threw her out of the house. He said he hit Nikki in the face with a cement flower pot as she charged him. Andrew says he put Nikki's body in his pickup truck and drove to a nearby bridge where he dumped her body into the creek. An IMPD is searching for the person who shot a man and woman on the city's east side. It happened just before 7 last night on Riley Place at the Rowney Terrace Apartments. Officers found the victims inside a car. 2 children were also inside, but were not physically hurt. One person went to the hospital in critical condition. The other is stable. Police believe the victims did know the suspect. To IT Mate's probe into a break-in and vandalism at the Statehouse. Police say 4 young teenagers did it. The suspects are all 13 or 14 years old. There was a pile of fake money, a shattered bench tossed off an upper floor balcony, and shattered glass on the floor. Officials say the Senate doors were locked, but there is damage in the House chamber. There's also writing in white paint or marker on several desks and monitors. Desk flags were knocked over. It happened late Sunday afternoon. IT Mate asked state police how someone could get inside the State House and do this kind of damage and not be noticed right away.
Question that we're working with the Capitol Police, IDOA, and here at the State House to try to determine so that we can make those corrections so this doesn't happen again.
Police say someone spotted the teenagers running from the building, and officers later caught them near the canal. House Speaker Todd Houston released a statement. It says in part, "Our initial assessment is that the damage in the chamber ranges from broken monitors to desktop items being trashed. At this time, we're not aware of any damage to historically significant items, and other House offices were not impacted." He goes on to say, "Just as Hoosiers do, we take great pride in this historical and special building, and it was beyond disheartening and frustrating to learn of this incident." In the war in Ukraine, the heads of Russian and Ukrainian delegations finished meeting this morning in Turkey ahead of a new round of peace talks. Turkey's president said that it's possible to reach an agreement. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says he's ready to accept a neutral, non-nuclear status as part of a peace deal with Russia. But any agreement would have to be put through the Ukrainian people in a referendum. Russian forces have stalled in several parts of Ukraine, though Russia largely controls evacuation corridors around Mariupol. The mayor there is calling for a complete evacuation. Now, President Joe Biden is refusing to walk back remarks he made in Poland that Russian President Vladimir Putin cannot remain in power. Biden did clarify that what he said was an opinion.
It was expressing my outrage. He shouldn't remain in power. Just like, bad people shouldn't continue to do bad things. But it doesn't mean we have a fundamental policy to do anything to take Putin down.
Russia appears to be ruling out the use of nuclear weapons in the war in Ukraine. A spokesperson for the Kremlin told PBS NewsHour last night that any use of nuclear weapons would only happen if there were to be a threat to the country's existence. Will Smith is publicly apologizing to Chris Rock for slapping him Sunday night on the Oscars telecast. In a post on Instagram, Smith calls his own behavior unacceptable and inexcusable, out of line and wrong, and that he's embarrassed. The Academy says it will review Smith's actions and explore possible consequences. CNN reports Academy leadership strongly considered removing Smith from the Oscars after he slapped Rock, but couldn't get together to make a decision before he won the award for Best Actor. Chris Rock has not yet said anything about the slap publicly. And Wish TV's medical expert is weighing in on the slap and the joke that preceded it. Former Surgeon General Dr. Jerome Adams says there are big problems with both.
First of all, we should never bully people based on medical issues. I've grown up with asthma, and I've been bullied for my asthma. People get bullied for addiction. In this case, you had Jada Pinkett Smith getting bullied for alopecia, and alopecia simply is just the loss of hair. She suffers from alopecia areata, which affects about 2% of our population, over 6 million people. It's when your body's immune system attacks hair follicles and that hair falls out. And you can imagine, particularly for a woman, that can cause real shame, a real anxiety, real depression. And going after someone the way Chris Rock did, that can precipitate people to actually try to take their lives. And so this is no laughing matter.
As for Smith's reaction, Adams says violence is bad no matter who it is, but says it's particularly troubling considering that young people look up to the pair as role models. And this morning, we revealed our Wish TV Golden Apple Award winner. It honors an outstanding teacher in Central Indiana. The prize comes with a trophy and a check for $500. The teacher is Jocelyn Sisson. She's an AP Literature teacher at North Central High School and has spent decades helping students write their own stories. Hannah Mordeau reports.
Walk into North Central High School, past the sea of students and the walls of recognition. There's a legendary teacher, even among staff.
She is small but mighty.
Electrifying in a classroom.
That warm demander that she is brings out the best in our students.
You don't have to say that.
They're talking about Jocelyn Sisson.
My students know.
She's spent more than 20 years teaching AP Literature, Language, and Composition here.
Full names of characters.
And has built a reputation.
Actually, he's dead now, but he was a saint.
She doesn't suffer fools, so she calls balls and strikes like she sees them.
She's whip smart, and she is a pretty compassionate listener.
That is an interesting question.
She's also a mom at home, but known as the matriarch here.
Definitely dives in deep, and she will not accept mediocrity.
Principal Evans Brannigan III says she's even schooled him.
When she got here 20 some odd years ago, she was not going to sit in the background.
Well, I love that you said you learned from her.
Oh, it's true. She taught me a lesson basically over compassion and showing empathy toward people.
It's that empathy that shines through and shapes her students, like Samuel Hammond.
Well, I chose Miss Sisson. She was very surprised.
He gave Miss Sisson an award when the top 25 seniors recognized their most influential teachers.
Sort of reputation of being very strict. It's really what makes her teaching so powerful and so good, because you know if you made a mistake and she will tell you how to fix it.
I could be wrong.
She's honest. Her stern and ever-educating approach, it's appreciated.
She sort of does this thing where she yelps. She says it's like yelling and helping.
I just learned that expression just yesterday.
Devin Krupa-Habersky says the yelping, it's unique and works.
Miss Sisson is very engaging. She is absolutely hilarious.
Defines bad faith as...
She also gives her time. Sisson runs a 10th grade Panther Exploration project where students explore careers and keeps open time slots before, during, and after school to meet with students one-on-one.
It sounds like she puts you guys in control of your education.
She definitely does. Her door's always open. You can go talk to her. And she's just like really kind and caring, and like she really cares about her students.
And parents notice.
They have to be thinkers.
Including Devin's mom.
I'm delighted when I get reports from my daughter about what is happening in the classroom. I'm always cheering, saying as a teacher myself, thinking, oh, that's tough, but that's really good. She's preparing them for college, but also just to be thinkers in our community.
So she wrote us a letter saying Miss Sisson is Golden Apple worthy. Her peers, pupils, and all of us agree. And that means we went to surprise her.
Do you know what's going on at all? No. You have won our Wish TV Golden Apple Award for being an exceptional teacher.
Oh my God.
What is going through your mind right now?
OMG. That's all.
Are you a bit surprised?
Just, a little. I'm like sweating. I feel like I'm like gonna have a heart attack and I'm crying. But, I'm cool. Cool. I teach 30 kids.
Well, then you are a pro already. Okay, so I want to tell you a little bit more about what this award means.
I'm shaking.
I get it. It's exciting.
Okay, yes,
So
please.
we have our partners at Baleen Wood Mortgage here. Eric Hoots is going to tell you a bit more about what you get with this award.
Congratulations, first of all. Here's a really cool award. We've heard your great story, and we're honored to give you the award and $500.
Wow.
What do you think? That's a big check.
Awesome. Keystone Mall. No, I'm just kidding. That's a little joke there.
No, you can go.
Pencils for my students.
No. Keystone Mall.
Yes, it is
We'll
all
help
for
with
you.
pencils.
It is all for you, and you deserve this. You care about your students, and they care about you. They say that you make them their best selves.
Oh. I'm speechless. I really do not know what to say.
Well,
for once.
From your students and fellow teachers, we have a little video.
There's a legendary teacher, even among staff.
She is small but mighty.
Miss Sisson is Golden Apple worthy.
To see someone rewarded who works so hard, it's just great, a little justice in the universe.
Refreshing to see that not only the students who work with her or her colleagues, but now Indianapolis and beyond will see the good work that Jocelyn does.
Because in this thankless job, a thank you really does mean so much.
Thanks, Miss Sisson. You're amazing.
Thank you for being an outstanding teacher.
Thank you, Miss Sisson, for all the work that you've done with me.
I'm proud of what you do for us, and I'm proud of what you do for our students, and thank you for helping me be a better teacher and for helping all of us be better.
Jocelyn, we couldn't do it without you, so on the behalf of a grateful community, thank you so much, and congratulations.
You do a great job. We're appreciative, and we're thankful that we have you at North Central. Congratulations on winning this recognition, and better yet, thank you for being part of our community.
So I'm overwhelmed. I mean, to hear that they respect me as much as I respect them, I mean, what greater reward is that? I do care a great deal about my students. Thank you for the yelping. You've exposed me. My students have taught me a lot about teaching, so I think I'm fortunate to still be learning and working with people I respect. I mean, I really do love my students. And I feel that the greatest gift I can give my students is the ability to learn how to write. And that is rewarding. That is rewarding, and the relationships I share with my students is rewarding to me. So I think it's a task where if you do it right, you get a lot of thanks.
Thank you for what you do.
Kudos to you.
Thank you.
Ms. Sisson clearly makes it her mission to get students ready for college and is someone that the children really admire. And Hannah told us a fun fact that she went to Harvard and Brown University, and she says it's something that Sisson doesn't boast about, but her students and staff are very proud of. And Wal-Mart is pulling cigarettes from some of its stores. Wal-Mart says it made that decision after looking at its tobacco sales. The Wall Street Journal reports the company will replace tobacco products with food, candy, and more self-checkout machines. It's not clear if any Indiana locations will be impacted. Walmart joins CVS and Target in removing tobacco products. This has been your News 8 Daily 8 for Wish TV. I'm Kylie Conway. Online at wishtv.com and follow us on Facebook when you search Wish TV.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast with Wish TV's Kylie Conway. A Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go. Connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening. And be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.